So, if we're the creators of our reality, what is it that we're creating? Have you ever asked yourself that? I mean, are we really creating this stuff, or is this stuff come from an idea coming from a higher source? Think about it. We're not really doing anything. We're channels, we're vessels, channeling energy and putting it into physical form through these hands, through these minds, through these legs, or whatever you use to create. I don't know about you, but it's interesting taking a step back and seeing the human experience. A lot of times I do that. I just go to a mall and watch people, and it's interesting. I get into them. Like I move into, like, I wonder what they're thinking, and it's crazy, and it's kind of hysterical how serious people take things and how serious I take things. I mean, not only people but me. I know I take things seriously sometimes, and especially when I'm upset. Especially, it's like I go to the worst case scenario a lot of the times, and then I like stop myself and say, hey, you know what, this is playing out in a way that's kind of bullshit, but I'm believing in bullshit. So what is it that I'm poisoning myself with, and why do I want to hurt myself in this way? And how is this really serving me? I mean, I always ask myself, how is this serving me to do this? How is it serving me to feel this way? How is it serving me? How is it serving you? Always ask yourself that question, because how it's serving you is going to lead you to the beliefs that you hold about yourself in the world, the images that we hold in our consciousness, the beliefs that we have about how the world works. And whatever we learn at a younger age is our programming. It's our programming. And we continue to see it until we don't. We continue to follow that programming. Most of it's unconscious. Most of it, have you ever asked yourself why you open the computer? Well, why did I open the computer and want to talk to you? Where did that thought come from? Why are you watching this video? Where does that come from? I mean, all these things, like, always ask yourself, like, why am I choosing to get on Facebook? Like, what prompted me to do that? Is it just habit? Is it just, what is it? What are these habits? You wake up and you immediately, of course, we all go to the bathroom. I mean, that's kind of a given. But do you immediately do the same thing? I invite you to do it differently. I invite you to get up at a different side of the bed if you sleep by yourself. If you sleep with somebody, switch places. It's so funny because our routines keep us stuck. And once the subconscious mind gets familiar with change, it'll invite more of it. And we won't be so stagnant in who we think we are. We won't be so stagnant in the roles that we play. We won't be so stagnant in this identity of who we think we are. And our consciousness expands, our spirit expands, and we get to dream bigger. And how do I know? Because I have limited myself. I've limited myself to my identity and who I thought I was, which was a small girl, and I didn't have a voice, and I wasn't allowed to speak, I wasn't allowed to shine. These are all the beliefs I was holding in myself, and yeah, now I'm doing it, and yeah, some stuff's coming up, I have to admit. There's some times where I'm just like, I don't want to make these videos anymore, nobody's watching them, nobody cares, all that story, all the tantrum stuff. But you know what? I'm actually doing this for me. I think that that's the biggest thing. I mean, we really, ultimately, we do it for ourselves, and even the idea of giving to somebody, we're really doing it for ourselves because it feels good, right? When you give to somebody, it feels good. When you help somebody, it feels good, right? So you're really doing it for you, but both people are benefiting. So I invite you to think of ways that happens in your life. Like, what actually, go back. Roop, cheep. So I invite you to look at ways that you're programmed. Look at ways that you do things. Like, always ask yourself, like, why am I eating right now? Am I hungry, or is it just time to eat? Why am I getting in the car to go to the store? Is there something that I need, or am I trying to fill a void? Or, whatever it is, stop. Just do this for a day. Become a neutral observer of how you act, and notice the programming, and notice how many things are more on automatic than by choice, and stop and start to make more choices, more conscious choices, and you'll see how much more expanded and how much more new things, is that a word? I don't know. I don't follow English, obviously, because I'm from a different planet, as if you guys haven't known yet. Anyways, this video is actually being shot for me because I feel it's so important for me to continue to speak and work through those issues that are coming up for me, where I've wanted to give up and just throw in the towel and not want to share anymore, and like, hey, you know what? The divine wants to speak through me, so I'm going to let it. And not everybody's going to resonate, and that's okay, and some people might, and that's great too. It's like, I am now letting go of the outcome. I was going to say I have to let go of the outcome, but to say the truth, it just brings me joy to connect with you in this way. So I am going to follow that joy and see where it takes me, and let this year be an amazing end of the year and a start of a new, big, more expansive, more free, more exciting year of sharing myself authentically. And I invite you to do the same. All right, I love you.